So as a global society, we're in the early stages of how the digital revolution will begin to change not only how we work, how we play, but also how we exist together as societies.
This is the time where technology really is a very, very fundamental strategic weapon for any organization. The relationship with customers, building data-driven organization, and then even more fundamental shifts in business models, which are the result of technologies. Technology used to be nice. Technology used to be about making things a little bit better and a little bit more efficient. Technology stopped being nice. Technology is now a little nasty. It's disruptive. It's changing business models, our consumer markets, our organizations. And CIOs are in a unique position because they uniquely understand what is at stake. They understand what is the possibilities, the realities, but I think they should really help their business counterparts, help management teams and boards understand what could happen if they don't take technology seriously.
If you're a CEO, you used to be very cautious of how much you spent on IT, and every year when the budget process came through, you would always be asking the CIO, I want to do more with less. Now, you're not waiting for that budget season to occur. You're going down into their office saying, I need to have applications that we can get our products and services in front of our customers in an impactful way, in a way that they want to be transacted with, and build a relationship.
And whereas the motto in Silicon Valley and other places in the world that are innovation hubs are fail fast and fail often, I don't think for government you really want to adopt the model of fail fast and fail often. And so this raises interesting questions about how can public service agencies adapt to the exponential change in the world, given that they don't necessarily have venture capital funds, and are actually also not expected to take too many risks because failure is not an option. And so I see my role as a public sector CIO is to almost be that human flak jacket, as well as venture capitalist, where I encourage bottoms-up changes within my organization and I actually encourage people to come to me with ideas. How can I cultivate that sort of moral approach to change agents that have permission to take risk, to do those experiments, so that we as a public sector can gain the expertise as to how do we adjust to our exponential times?
I think the disruptive element that we see is not just because of digital, it's really about digital plus the networks. What you see is that many companies are now in that stage where they realize that digital is a really important way if they think about customers or markets. But actually, in a world where digital becomes normal, you can see that digital isn't really special anymore. It doesn't really give you an edge. And this idea of networks becoming dominant, networks being a new paradigm, is something that we're now really beginning to see.